Yeah, so if you're broke and hating on a millionaire, the joke's on you, just like J. Cole said. So you guys are like, what? What is that? Well, let me give you the rundown and we're gonna talk about it. So a couple days ago, I was on an Instagram live. Actually, let's go back. I went to a car meet. Some people were sliding around in the parking lot, pretty much got the meet shut down for some people, and it was posted up on Instagram, and I called these people poor. Now, I didn't say they were broke, I said they were poor. Two different things. Broke is a financial situation, poor is a mentality thing. So people took offense to it, and they got all in their feelings and all this other shit. So they started a live, they brought me on a live, I explained my position, blah, blah, blah. There were some people on there that didn't like it very much, that I said, hey, you're poor. So they decided that they were gonna hate on me and talk all this shit. You got a thick neck. Oh, your neck is so thick. You could swallow peanut butter by the scoop. That type of shit, you know, essentially just hating on the way I look or whatever, because they couldn't hate on anything else, because at that point they realized, damn, this dude drives cars I'll never be able to afford because I'm a dickbag. He owns rental properties, which they probably actually live in one of them and have to pay me rent. And yeah, so we're gonna talk about that and why all this stuff happened and how you guys can avoid that and what you guys can do better. I'm gonna drop some information in here that can help you guys go out and go make some money, and hopefully, you know, we can have a real life discussion about it later on. All right, let's go.
What's up, guys? This is 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗘𝗦, and you have reached the 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗘𝗏 e-com channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're gonna find all your answers right here, so stay tuned. Perspective. I was like, let me put this in terms that you guys can relate to. I was like, because you guys aren't gonna relate to what I'm saying unless I give you a real life example. I was like, people work 40, 50 hours a week at shitty jobs all week, bro. They're working shitty hours at shitty jobs, drive shitty cars just to come hang out with their friends for 2-3 hours a night. They gotta drive 30, 40 minutes to come out to a meet, to hang out with their friends. I'm like, and you out here fucking that up. I was like, do you understand how fucked up that is? These people working their asses off just to have a little semblance of just peace.
Of normalcy.
Normalcy. I'm like, bro, I was like, think about that for a second.
That's good selfish, bro.
I was like, you guys over here saying people like me are ruining the car scene. I'm like, we're not ruining the car scene. We're not out there, you know, doing donuts in parking lots. We're not street racing in parking lots. We're not doing none of this shit. I was generally, we park up and all we're talking about is, hey, what do you guys do for a living, and what can I and what can I do to help you or add value to your business so we can do business together, or what allocations we have. Like, yeah, all it is just a bunch of dudes talking about how do we get to the next level generally. Yeah. That's, you guys are getting so fucking mad that I called you poor. I was like, if you don't want to be poor, then stop doing poor people shit. Poor people can't see nothing but 5 minutes in front of their faces. They're living for the here and now. They're not living for the next few years. I was like, that's cool that you sitting there climbing on my neck. Oh, bro, you got a thick ass neck. I was like, well, I go to the gym and I have traps. So like, yes, my neck is thick. Like, what?
I don't know.
That's a compliment.
I was like, thanks, bro. I was like, bro, I haven't been in the gym in like 7-8 months consistent, bro. And I'm like, all right, cool.
I can take a punch well probably now. Like, I mean, cool.
I was like, I'll still neck your bitch down. It is what it is. And he was just mad. I was like, bro, I'll take your girl and all her friends to Paris.
Yeah.
You know, they was like, oh.
To the people that were on the live last night that asked me a ton of questions about business and how to make money, we're gonna answer those pretty much right now. So there was one person that asked about entrepreneurship. Well, entrepreneurship, you just kind of know if you're cut out for it or not. It's not something that you just kind of grow into more often than not. Like, you really have to have a desire to do something for yourself and not for somebody else. So the best way to determine that is if you have like a skill or something like that, which is actually going to bleed into the next question that was asked. Go do it for people. Like, let's say you're good at detailing. If you're a detailer at a shop, do your own thing for a little bit, see how you like it. If it tires you out, if you're not passionate about it, then you're not cut out for entrepreneurship probably, at least not in that area. So for the other person that asked, well, damn, now we got a ton of questions to go over. So for the other person that asked, you know, what should you do? So Adam hit me to this on our Billionaire walk. When I was out there in the Hamptons, we were walking and I saw the most expensive house.
Billionaire, not millionaire, yeah. Billionaire.
So, you know, he has these things called Billionaire walks, and it's just him getting us to think in better ways.
Yeah.
He's like, you have an obligation. He's like, you make a lot of money. You have an obligation to help people get into a better situation. He's like, so you can't just keep all that knowledge to yourself and be selfish. So that's what I try to do. He's like, you already do a good job at it. He's like, but when someone comes at you and they're talking shit and all that, he's like, it's an opportunity to educate. Like the other day, when boy said some shit, I was like, you know what? It must be nice to have mommy and daddy money. Instead of me ripping him apart at the car meet and just destroying him in front of God and everybody with his beat up fucking Volkswagen GTR or whatever, I was like, you know what? This is an opportunity to educate. So I educated him instead. I was like, all right, whether it was mommy and daddy money or whatever, I was like, it's not mommy and daddy money because my parents didn't have money. I was like, I grew up poor. I was like, I paid for, for my family. I paid for my mom's restoration on a Corvette. I paid for a new kitchen. I paid for my aunt, she's the caretaker of my cousin with PTSD. I was like, I pay for a lot of people. I take care of my tribe. So it's not mommy and daddy money. And the fact that you said that shows that you feel that you're inadequate and you can't accomplish this. So how do we change that mindset to get you to believe that you can do the same thing? Because 4 years ago, I was literally driving a Focus RS. 4 years later, my beater car is a $400,000 McLaren. So it's possible for anyone to do it, but when people make those comments or they try to talk shit on you and be like, oh, you're fucking ugly or you're this or whatever, it's because they don't believe that they can do the same thing. So Adam says, I should try my hardest to educate. And that's what I'm gonna try to do because ignorance breeds ignorance. So I was like, so what should I do to get into entrepreneurship and start, a job or start a business? Do what you're good at, okay? Figure out what you're good at and figure out how you can help people with it. Whether that be, like I said, detailing or you could be gardening. Watch out, John. Yeah, so you could be gardening. You could be a mobile mechanic, tire installer. You could be a nanny, anything, any number of things. Whatever you're good at, do it, okay? Do it and see how that works out for you. So that's typically what entrepreneurship is gonna be about. It's gonna be you figuring out what you're good at, using that skill to help people get whatever they want or provide them a service that solves a problem for them. That is how entrepreneurship begins and ends. Now, when it comes to marketing that, because someone asked about the marketing, okay, so how do you market that? If you don't have a lot of money, you're not gonna be running ads. You're not gonna be running Facebook ads. You're not gonna be running Instagram ads. You're not gonna be running any of that, Google ads, whatever. Organic traffic is probably gonna be the best thing for you. So like, let's say you're detailing, right? There's people like me who don't wanna wash our cars. Now, I have a detailer and, hold on, John. Yeah, I have a detailer and he takes care of everything for me. So he gets free promotion by using my cars. So he details, my McLarens, R8, whatever, the Lambo, and he takes those pictures, puts them up on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, and then other people will repost or I'll repost for him. So if you guys are trying to start something similar, like let's say you're trying to start a photography business or you're trying to start a detailing business, whatever, find people with bigger followings or nice cars, nice houses, whatever it is, and then use them to promote. Say, hey, I'll shoot you for free. I'll shoot you for low cost, whatever it is. It sucks because that's what you have to do in the beginning to get your name out there. Not everybody wants to do that. Okay.
So I mean, ignorance breeds ignorance, but ignorance also hangs out with ignorance.
That's it.
So there's a little saying, my man said it earlier, if you put yourself around broke people, you're gonna be broke. You put yourself around millionaires, guess what? That shit gonna rub off and you're gonna be a millionaire.
I mean, that is true, and I think that is true to a big extent. I mean, it takes one person to change an entire group.
Thanks.
And I think the problem is you don't have anybody in the group that you need to change. You're evolving because a lot of the people in the group are already older than you and have evolved. So you're evolving and bringing in new people who don't understand there is a system to not only making money, but to understanding the way of life. And I guess certain people just don't understand that there are certain things you don't do, you don't say, the way you act. Like there's levels to this. And some people just don't understand it. And I hate to say it.
Too ignorant to understand.
I hate to say it, but there's a lot of people in the car industry that don't understand how to ask questions more than talk shit.
Now, what happens when you start making money? How do you hold on to that money? Another person asked, what do you do with that? You can invest in a lot of different things. It's always best to reinvest in yourself, reinvest in your business. So until your business is capable of providing for you financially, paying for your bills, your way of life, you need to keep reinvesting in your business. Once your business is making enough money that gives you an excess where you can play around, buy supercars, whatever, now you start putting money into passive income. Buy real estate properties, buy automated e-commerce stores, buy another business that someone else manages. You want to make money in your sleep, because contrary to popular belief with these cats out here talking about, oh, I get money, you ain't getting money unless you're making money in your sleep.
I did it when we talking shit.
But, you know, hey, it is what it is. I think what I'm going to do is try to host a meet. I think I'm going to get with the boys. I'm going to get with like 𝗕𝗨𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗢𝗢 and my boy Jim, you know, Philly Streets. I'm going to try to get with a lot of them like, yo, let's have a fucking big ass meet where I bring my friends out. I'm going to try to bring Monk and 𝗙𝗨𝗟𝗟, like all my supercar friends. Like, yo, ask us whatever questions you want. Ask us whatever you guys want. Like, we're trying to put you on to the next level. Like, whatever we can do to help y'all out. And then go from there. If they don't show up, they still want to talk shit after that, hey, that's on them.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what I do during the day. My rental properties are paying me out all the time. Okay, my rental properties are gonna pay out long after I die and my kids take over. All right, so now, the second thing, when it comes to crypto, stuff like that, guess what? My crypto is going up, it's going down, but generally it's up because I'm buying at the right time. Same with stocks, things of that nature. Okay, that's your big thing. You want to make sure you're making money in your sleep, because if you have to work for your money, you're gonna work for it until the day that you die. You never wanna be that way. You always want to do better, all right? And you always wanna make your job a little bit easier, because as someone who owns a business, you're gonna be working 80 to 100 hours a week some weeks, trying to grow that business, scale it. You're gonna be marketing for it. You're gonna be doing a lot of things. You're gonna be a jack of all trades. So you need to be able to step back and have the business kind of run on its own, and then be able to make money doing other things, investing in all this other stuff. Because contrary to popular belief, you don't want to be working in your business forever. You want to be working on the business. That is business ownership. If you're working in the business, you essentially gave yourself another job. Nobody wants to have a job forever. So that actually answered someone else's point. Like, what is business ownership? When you're working on it. You work on the business, you're a business owner. You work in the business, you're self-employed. Two separate things. They're not mutually exclusive, and we'll have to deep dive with another section. Someone asked, what should they do to make money? I think we actually already answered that one. Do what you're good at. If you don't know what you're good at, shit, that's gonna be a tough one. Everyone's good at something. Everyone is really, really good at something. It's just a matter of figuring out what that is. If you've ever been praised for something or been told that you're awesome at whatever the fuck it is, do that. Okay, do that. Just go and do that. It makes it much easier instead of trying to figure out all these different things or build businesses with shit that you don't care about. Okay, so one of the things that my friend Adam, taught me, and this is actually recently within like the last year or two. Adam's worth $1.2 billion. So this dude knows a little bit about business. So I was spinning up all these new businesses and making money and not making money in some and all this, and I was stressing myself out. His biggest chunk of advice was to only do things that I'm passionate about, things that I absolutely love. All right, so what does that mean? People will sit there and say, oh, you gotta love it and that's it. You might not love it at first, but as your business grows, if you find that you're passionate about it, like the barbershop. The barbershop, I didn't necessarily like it. It causes more headaches than anything else. And that's why, other people run it and shit like that. So it's not something that I absolutely love. It's not something that I'm super, super, super passionate about. So therefore, I'm not as focused on it. So other people need to be focused on it to run it for me. And you never want to get into a situation where you're just working on a business just for the sake of working on a business because you want it to succeed. That's just not the way it goes. Focus on things that you love or going to be passionate about. So as you grow your businesses, if you realize that you don't like it near as much, drop it. Cut your losses and be like, all right, it's a tax write-off. Just be done. You never want to take on more than you can potentially handle if you're doing other things, because that bleeds over into your other businesses and will eventually affect your revenue. And you don't want that to affect your revenue. If you have $1 million business like I do, and then you're splitting your time from that $1 million business to all that other stuff, congratulations. You just ended up losing a ton of money because now you're devoting time and energy to that other business. So I think that answered a good chunk of them. Most of them. Oh shit, I dropped the mic. So I think that's it. I think that's it. I think we answered a good majority of them. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know, whatever. If you guys got more questions, I'm pretty sure you will after this one. There's gonna be a lot of people hating. I can't wait to see the comments. Make sure you guys comment. Comment what you think about this. You know, drop a comment below. If you're seeing this on IG, you can tag me in a comment because I'll see it. If you're seeing it on YouTube, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just drop a comment either way. You know, because like I said, I always answer all the comments. And if you guys feel some type of way about what I said, hey, let's discuss it. Let's have a real honest discussion. Let's not sit here and troll each other and spew stupid hate like 5th grade comments and shit. Like, let's have a real discussion on how you guys can do better. If you guys want to know something, ask it. And, you know, we can hash it out. Like, let's be adults. Come on. So with that being said, everybody, be safe, be smart. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace the fuck out.
Man, they was so salty. I was like, bro, I called you poor. I didn't say you was broke, but now I know you're broke because guess what? Your mentality shows that
I'm mad about it.
you're mad about this shit.
You know what's funny about that too? It's like, it's kind of like, I don't know, you when you find someone that like makes more than you though, it's like, it's a humbling experience. And a lot of people don't like it. They don't enjoy that feeling. Oh man, it's kind of like, I mean, you're Goku, right? And you just met, you're Vegeta, you just met Goku. Like,
I love being in the presence of greatness. Like when I'm around Adam, I don't feel less than. When I'm in front of Dan, I don't feel less than, or Lynn, or Jay, or anybody. If anything, it motivates me to do better because I'm like, yo, these people are at a level that I'm not there yet. Like, let me level up. Like, how do I level up? How do I get there? How do I get to the next point? And I ask him as many questions as I can. Like, and that's the only way you're ever gonna learn though. I was like, at this level, like, yeah, I'm doing really, really well, but I'm still ignorant to a lot of things.
Yeah.
So in order for me to break that ignorance, I gotta go out there and ask more questions, become more educated. And the majority of people don't want to ask some questions. They